Hey, this is Derek. I'm going to go over a few stretches right now that you can do just freestanding without any equipment, anywhere, anytime. First, you always start off with the neck first. You want to tilt forward to get the back of the neck, 10 to 30 seconds initially. I'm going to move a bit faster for time constraints. For the side, you can do a couple different versions. One is simply just tilting your head to the side and raising the arm to the back. So from the side angle, it's arms back, tilt to the side. The arm back is going to elongate the neck much further than just simply tilting your head to the side. It separates the muscle away from two joints. Another version of the same stretch. Grab the wrist, hands on your hip, tilt to the side. This will also stretch your rotator cuff in the front as well as the side of your neck. If you can't grab your wrist, you can simply interlace your fingers and pull it over if you like, and to the side. Very good stretch. So both sides and back. Then from there, we're going to stretch the opposite of the rotator cuff on the external part, the back part, by simply placing your hands in your back. You want to lean your elbows forward, pitch them forward. So from the side angle here, it looks just like this. And the more you can rotate the elbows forward, the more flexibility you have in your rotator cuff. So initially, you may only be able to come about this far. But as you do this more and more and more, again, going back to the incremental rule of 1% improvement, you'll eventually be able to come all the way forward. And that's going to prevent injuries, increase circulation, speed up recovery, all the benefits that we discussed in the Become Your Own Gym manual. Moving on to your shoulders, let's first address the front deltoid here. Without any equipment, the only way to do that is by simply either interlacing your fingers, bringing your arms back, which will get a bit of your chest and your biceps as well, or you can simply just raise the arms backwards like this. Either way it works. From there, we're going to move on to the side shoulder, or the medial deltoid. You're going to grab your arm, and this is the one that you see everywhere, pulling it back. Okay, so this is the key here, this arm pulling it back towards you, and then pulling the other shoulder away, separating the muscle from two joints. If I want to get a much deeper stretch, I can raise my elbow up and pull it back. So from the front here, this is the traditional stretch, side shoulder, elbows up, pull it back. Now if you're very flexible and you want a more advanced technique, what you can do is grab your wrist, place your forearm on your thigh and bend through your legs, just like this, from the front angle, forearm on the thigh, bending down, from the side angle, forearm on the thigh, I bend my legs, and I bend forward. That's going to get your upper back as well. A very deep stretch. Again, that's more of an advanced technique if you're already pretty flexible. Let's move on to your biceps and triceps. That's the front and the back. The bicep standing is simply grabbing the wrist, pulling it back, and tilting it in toward the middle of the body from the front angle. You can also do this from the back if you like. I can grab the wrist and pull it in and raise it up. And that's going to be a bicep. The tricep, very traditional stretch. Everybody knows this one. Just simply reach up, grab the elbow, and pull it back. From the back angle, I reach up, grab the elbow, and pull, making sure that my arm is bent all the way to get the triceps. Okay. Moving on, now to your lower body. We're going to go into your quadriceps and hip flexors first. Your quadriceps are about your knee level, hip flexors up a little bit higher, and your psoas, which is going into your stomach. So this is going to be freestanding, where you can balance on something. Grab your instep and pull that back and lean backwards. From the side angle here, I grab my instep, the knee goes past 90 degrees, and I can lean back into it. I can use both hands if I want to get a much deeper stretch. Hamstring is simply going to be one leg forward, one leg back, bending forward, sticking the rear out, and I can raise that toe up if I want to get the calf incorporated into the stretch. The calf is down here, hamstring's up here. Standing glute stretch is simply ankle on your thigh, and I'm going to bend forward. Takes a little bit of balance. Okay. And finally, we're going to go into your shin stretch. Your shin is the opposite of your calves. It's really underused in a stretching routine, so you should definitely incorporate this. You simply want to grab your instep, the tip of your toes, very tip of your toes, and all I'm going to do from here is I'm going to raise my knee up away from me, which will stretch the shins. That's the opposite of the quads, okay? So you grab the tip of your toe and raise that knee up, away from you. You should feel that in the front of your legs. Let's move on to the floor for the rest of the stretches. Okay? We're going to first start off with a simple hamstring stretch. You can simply put one leg forward, one leg bent, and reach down as far as you can to get the back of your leg and a bit of your low back as well. You can use your foot here as a lever to increase the stretch if you like. Very easy to do. Okay. Moving on from the same position here, we're going to go into your low back stretch. Very important. I'm going to place my hand on the outside to stabilize my body. With the opposite hand, I'm going to grab the calf, ankle, or the foot. Okay, whatever you can reach, whatever your range of motion is. So once I grab that, I'm going to simply lean my whole body to the outside, lift my arm up, and look underneath my armpit here and pull down. That's going to get my low back on the right side, the opposite side. So again, from a neutral position, hand goes to the side, grab whatever I can, pull down, lean your whole body away from you, okay, and pull down as far as you can. That's going to be for the low back muscles, very, very important. Okay, so from another angle, put my leg inside here, opposite arm, lean my body, look under my armpit and pull down to get my low back. In the same position here, I'm going to go into your side hip stretch, ankle over the opposite leg, twist, put my forearm or elbow on top of my knee, and you're going to turn while you're pushing at the same time to get the outside of the hip. Okay. Sometimes people like to use both arms and pull it in. That's fine too. That's a beginner method you can use. You can certainly use your forearm and elbow and twist all the way if you like. Moving on to your sitting glute stretch. From the same position here, I'm going to simply just take my leg on top of my thigh here and lean forward to get the glutes on the leg that's bent. If I tilt my foot down, that's going to get a bit more of the glutes, a little bit more intensity from another angle. Turn to the front, ankle on your thigh, and slide that in. If I want a bit more intensity, I can tilt my foot down, that'll stretch it a bit deeper. Okay? We're going to do a dual leg hamstring and low back stretch. That's both legs straight, and simply lean down as far as you can. If you can grab your foot or your ankle, go ahead and do that, but it's not necessary. And then slowly go through your phases on the stretches, your 3 steps, and try to get yourself down as far as you can, and take up to 60 seconds to do that. You can do multiple sets and increase your range of motion incrementally over time. Okay? All right, so let's get back on our feet. These are just a few stretches that you can do without any equipment. Tune in next time to learn how to stretch anywhere, anytime, to become your own gym.